Unrest
Radio.
Due to protect the privacy and ensure security, we are not revealing the name of these students.
Welcome everyone to our first episode of the Unrest Radio. This podcast focuses on socio-political oppression within German society. Germany, once known as the land of ideas, has become a land of bureaucracy over time. People who don't live in Germany barely know about what actually people experience here in their everyday life, especially people who are from a migrant background. Today, in most of the so-called first world countries, corporations are the ultimate owners of the media industries, unfortunately. And those corporations are protected by the government or the authority. So, it is quite difficult to get the actual socio-political scenario depending on corporate media. So, the objective of Unrest Radio is to create an open-ended platform to reveal unheard voices and unveil stories of racism, human rights violation, power abuse, discrimination, and other systematic issues. In the first episode, we are going to listen to some experiences of students who are forced to experience the unfair consequences of the system.
It's like a dream for me to come in Germany because everyone's from my country, the student like me wants to have their better future. So for the better future they came here, but instead of that I got nothing here. I can share you some of my horrible experience which I faced here. I came here in the 1st of January in 2021 in the in middle of the pandemic, and I don't know, maybe it's a crisis that every society is saying, like the pandemic was happening everywhere, but I faced it in a different way in here in Germany, because when I came here I cannot see anybody. There was no people, there was no one to help me, there was no student association to help me, there was nothing. I couldn't find the apartment, so when I first came here I had to stay here in this dorm for almost half of a month. Thankful to the friends who I have here, they let me stay here, and after that everything was running, but not as much I expected. I faced everywhere so much difficulties in here, and I can say lots of experience, how I faced the miscommunication with my studies of at my universities, how I have been treated here, like the people, and how I have been treated by the state. I came here as a student and I should get the visa. Until I complete my study. Normally they have to give you 2 years visa, because my master's program is for 2 years. But when I came here and my visa was about to expire, so I wanted to contact with the Ausländerbehörde and I wanted to say that my visa is expiring and what should I do, because I didn't know anything about that. How like where I have to go, to whom I have to ask. I searched it over the internet and I found it, some articles, I read it. I went to Ausländerbehörde and they said I cannot enter. I cannot enter in the Ausländerbehörde. They said I have to call them or write them email. So I tried to call them. There was a encrypted message on that, and it was saying like, please don't call us or don't write an email, because we are in a situation of pandemic and we don't have enough employees, and I cannot go there either. So from that time I have nothing. I have no visa. My visa was expired, and I got 6-month visa when I came here from my country, and my 6-month visa was expired, and I waited another 6 months to get a new visa. Okay, after like another 6 months, they give me this fiction visa.
Yeah,
This friction visa, just for 6 months, and on this visa they didn't write me that I can work here. So each and every company I have applied to work, and they said that you have no work permit. We need the work permit to work in Germany, but the Ausländerbehörde or the state, they didn't provide me that. So I cannot work for 1 year after coming in Germany. And the middle class people like me, who came here with some amount of money, almost 10,000 euro, as a block. So I have to spend everything. I have to spend all of my money to this country. I have to give my all savings to here, and I have earned nothing. On that time, I cannot go to my university also, and and the things like the people I met in the street, they don't want to. I think it's I don't know what it's called. It's maybe there's typical language racist. If you cannot speak in Deutsch, they will not speak with you. I'm sorry, but I faced it like that way. And the good and the funny thing is, like in the Ausländerbehörde, it's a foreign office. It's a foreign office. Normally, it's for the foreigner. When you went there, they should speak with you in a common language, or like they had to find it another way. I went there, I don't know any Deutsch, so I wanted to speak with them in English. It's a foreign office, they should speak in English. It's for the foreigner. And they said me that I have to bring a translator to speak with them, or I have to learn German to speak with them, because they don't speak in English. And that's it. Like I spent 1 year without any job, without any study, and I cannot meet anybody. I cannot do anything. I'm just stuck in my home, and I have nothing. I lose everything what I had, and because of this they call it some rules, but I don't know which rules they are speaking with, which rule it is. But it is just, for me, it was like to killing your thoughts, to stuck in a room. You have to stuck in a room. They put me like that. I faced this. And after that, they give me the fiction beside. And after that, one day they give me one letter, and I had to go to the Ausländerbehörde with a translator. And I had a friend who can speak in German, so I took him with me. And then they give me just 1 year visa, and then they asked me again. I have to make the block account. And I said my block account is is gonna end the next month. I still have the block account, and then they ask me what you will do after the next month. I said, you didn't give me any work permit. How can I work? How can I have money? They said that if you can submit your work, you are getting money from the work, this paper, or you can submit this blocked account again. They have these two options. So they didn't give me any work permit. I couldn't work, and they are asking me to submit this paper which shows that I am working and I am getting money from work. Do you understand? Like they are asking me something which they didn't give me at all. They didn't provide me, and they are asking me back, like, show me this thing. So they said that no, I don't have this. So that time they said, okay, we are gonna give you just 1 year visa, and after that you have to maybe block it again, your money. It's, you know, from the beginning I was thinking like, yeah, maybe after this month it will resolve. After this month I was waiting for my, like, one day it will be resolved. I was so hopeful with them, and like, yeah, it was not good for me. Not just that, like when I get the work permit and I started work in some place, and there also I also faced some problem with my employer. Like all of a sudden my tax class get increased, because I'm a student. I should, like, my tax class should be 1, and all of a sudden they like it becomes 6. I have no idea. So I tried to speak with them, with my employer, and they said no, they cannot help me. So I asked them who can help me, like where I should go to change it back. They said the Finanzam. So I went there. I went to the Finanzam, and the Finanzam also like same. You have to make an appointment and then you can go. So I make an appointment, then I went there, and they said I have to bring someone who can speak in Dutch. And I the next day I took one of my friend and went there also, and then asked what is the problem with me, why my tax class is getting increased. And they said they cannot help me, it's with the employer. So I went to the employer again. The Finanzam said to me that they cannot help me. What should I do? And my employer has no answer to me. They didn't say anything. They said they are just doing this, like, we don't have time right now, come tomorrow, or again tomorrow. I went there tomorrow, and they are just pushing me, you know. And after that I was so fed up. I have to quit this job. I have to quit this everything, and again I was jobless, and because of these things, to resolve this tax class. And then I again applied in another company, and then asked them at the beginning that my tax class becomes 6, can you change it back to 1? They said okay, no problem. Yeah, when you are starting from your contract was finished with the other company and you are starting with the new company, your tax class will be automatically changed to 1. So yeah, there's a lots of things which is happening to me every time, and I don't know what is the rules here exactly, but whenever you are facing any problem, there was no one to support you. When my visa was expiring, I called the student association several times. They said to contact with their another department. There was one department called who resolved this this visa kind of thing, and I write an email to that person, and they give me one link to get an appointment to Ausländer Bureau. And on this link they was showing that you cannot take an appointment now because we are closed now because of the pandemic, you know. So nobody is here to help me. not the student association, not the international office, not my university, not my colleagues, not Auslander bureau, not like nobody, no one in the state. First thing, if you stay quiet, you will not get anything. If you stay quiet, you will not get anything. So you have to either fight or speak up in a public platform. Like you have to speak up that I am facing this problem, and these things are happening with me because I have every right, the student rights which I should have, and then they are just taking it away from me. You know, it's a right for me. Like it's a right. I should have get that. So unless I don't speak with someone, or I don't speak with this offices which they have, unless I fight for my right, I am not gonna get it.
This is not the end of the story. Migrant students are facing similar kinds of experiences more often with foreign offices. Another student shared with us his harsh experience.
Yeah, like if I remember correctly, like I applied for my extension like around October maybe, then I got a fiction visa, and like when this one was also expiring like around like April, like then I applied again, like probably a month before. Then there I got this letter which I had no idea, because like I thought like with this like extension everything is fine, then I will apply again and I will get all this like visa thing properly, because I am a proper student here, like a legal student here, like however they say it. But in this letter, like I spoke to one of my friend, it was like more about like what you should do, this and that, like why you should like finish early, like regarding this COVID situation, this and that. So I was like very okay with it. But here I first also should mention that like I missed my first semester because I came here late, and later also like after that, like from my second semester actually like the COVID started, and this 3 semester was like free from higher education ministry. And during that time, me personally, from health hazard to like family losses, like so many things, and also coming here and like getting used to it, all the things, it was very exhausting journey. I got visa late, and also I came here like very late. Like in our department, if we cannot start from the very first week, it is very difficult to continue, because we have prerequisite in every courses, which is like project. And if the course projects are like already groups are formed, then it is very difficult to find a group, because like they already went far. So I spoke to like my course coordinator, this and that everything was fine, and he was like, okay, like just focus on your next semester. Then as I told you, like this COVID thing strike, I didn't have any job for first 6 months because of this visa thing also, that I never get it, that I came here legally, but then why I cannot work, why I have to sit for 7 months. I'm a foreign student, I came with like limited block amount of money, with the money that my father provided with his like lifetime earning probably. Okay, like let's get back to the point then, like with all the things, then somehow like I was curious and I looked into that paper, and like it kind of like says everything was fine, hey, like you finished this amount of credit, this and that. And like then they were saying like this is not this is not the way, like you should have been like finishing more courses, this and that. And in the last part actually, like they were directly threatening me with this thing that like if you do not provide us like proper reason and documentation why you couldn't finish all these subjects in these semesters, then you will be deported. If you do it willingly, it's fine. If not, you will be forcefully deported. Like when I saw it, it was like February 10th or 11th maybe, and like I had deadline until February 19th if I'm not wrong, and I had only like 9-10 days. So immediately I spoke to the international office lady, like who is responsible for helping students who are going through these visa issues, and she listened to my things, and like I explained her everything what happened during these semesters, and also like mentioned this, like from higher education ministry itself 3 semesters are free. So if I don't do anything during this semester, of course like I should do something, but even if I don't, like I don't know like if foreign office should know it, or like if they have anything to say there also, because it comes from the institute itself. Then she spoke to the lady like who sent me from foreign office, like who sent me this letter, issued me this letter, and she tried to explain her, hey, my student like missed his first semester, then 3 semesters are like free from higher education ministry. So technically if you say like my student had like only 1 semester, which is this current semester that you are talking about. So, and like in the meantime he also told me all the journeys, all the hassles that he had to go through, everything. But you just cannot say that like he should be deported, this and that. Maybe you can be a little bit more considerate. Maybe I would say like you can give him some more time to prove himself, because these are like regular semesters now, so he can prove himself. He doesn't have any other excuses if you even say it this way. And she was like, no, there is no way we can like extend the visa of this student. And after this conversation, the lady from foreign office, she said like, we are extremely sorry, like from our side we are also trying it. You are not the first student who is going through this thing. I would suggest, since you have very less time, you should like hire a lawyer. At that time I had nothing more to lose. Not like I had lots of money, but I had to do it because I came here with lots of dream and like lots of everything. Then I had to pay almost 540 euro to my lawyer for this thing. Then I spoke to my course coordinator. He was still supporting me. We made a plan, and I gave my consent to this thing, that like I will be like doing all these things, all this plan, like working this, and I made it with my course coordinator, so he's also supporting me, this and that. My university is back me, and my lawyer sent this thing, and they were like, okay. But the problem is, in some days I also had another exam. When I got all these things, I was already struggling because I don't have like work afterwards. Also like from April onwards I don't also have work. So this thing started from February, and I cannot work after April. All this time I had to work, I had to think about my coming semesters because I got this letter, and all this time this threatening thing, I don't know what's going on, whether I should be like deported, this and that. And in the meantime, unfortunately my lawyer also had a very silent kind of like role there. I didn't get it, like why I even like paid this person like who should help me as a student. I was also explaining him, but he didn't. But the pressure from the foreign office, their stand didn't like shake a little bit also, even though like my lawyer also said that he explained. And then my work thing was also involved like in this matter. The stress itself is unbelievable, because like foreign office itself is saying like, hey, study. At the same time, how do I earn my livelihood here if I don't have my visa also? So when this procedure started, I had to give money to my lawyer. Then I cannot work after April. Then 1 month went by, and my lawyer also failed to tell me that when I should go to the foreign office, because then the situation was like this: I cannot contact with foreign office at that time, and my lawyer will only have the access to foreign office. In the meantime, my employer is also asking me, hey, give me your documents, this and that. Actually the interesting thing is like, before my visa expired, almost 3 weeks back, I wrote to my lawyer that like, hey, I need this document, and he was saying that like, we are writing to foreign office, it's a like matter of like bureaucracy, it takes time, this and that. On 4th of May, like my employer sent me an email that, hey, you didn't submit any document, blah blah, what is your update? I gave them the update. On 10th of May I got an letter by post from my employer that this is your first and last warning because you didn't submit the document. By the time I am not working for almost a month. So, and he was like, yeah, like you should submit it in 7 days. Then I went to my lawyer and I spoke to him, and he was acting like he doesn't know anything, and like they were saying like they forgot to notify me that on 3rd of that month I had to collect this fiction visa again. And then my employer, I tried to explain everything, then I got the document on if I'm not wrong, on 12th maybe, and I sent it to my employer, and they said like, this cannot be revoked because you could not offer me, like provide me the document. But my question is, I'm a student here, I shouldn't have been in this position on the first hand, because if I miss my first semester, if 3 semesters are free from higher education ministry, and if that one is like the normal semester is my first semester if I consider, then why a student should be deported in his first semester? And if so, even if they talk about this culture integration, this and that, even after that I should have like at least 7 semester. So if I forget about my first semester, still I had like some more semesters, so they should like listen to me. They should like say, okay, you have this deadline of like 2 next semester, prove us these things. But I was not given this chance. All this time, this trauma of like being deported, all this time, if I don't have work during this post-COVID and inflation time, how I'm going to survive here? Everything came up, and now I'm in a point that like almost for 2 months I couldn't work. I am also like in a position where I can lose my job anytime, because this is my first and last warning, where I had like no role, what I could do, what I could provide, nothing was in my hand. I think I didn't deserve it, and I didn't come here for this amount of pressure. I can imagine like one student should work, one student should do all the things. I'm completely okay with it. But if this kind of things comes from a specific institute, specific higher kind of like thing, how a student deal with this thing? Where should I go? Whom should I speak? In the meantime, I should also mention like I don't want to be critical about other side of this system. I tried to take appointment for my psychic issue. I wanted to have a person, like a professional person who could speak to me during this traumatic time. I went to 3 different places, and they are saying like in 2-3 months you cannot have an appointment. Then what do? At least I know like 2-3 other friend here. How about the student who just came here and he doesn't know anyone? And I know some people who doesn't know anyone, and they have gone through this kind of thing. So this is my story. I'm still dealing with this thing. I'm still doing with this economic thing. My mother is like insisting, because she's also not feeling good. I cannot go back to my country since last 3 years, and now I don't have the money also to go back there, because hardly I have like even €1 in my account these days, because my employer is also not providing me enough hour, and no one is there to listen to me. No one is there to guide me. This is the thing. I got this document probably 3 weeks back, but since my friend like who lives in the same corridor of mine, we study the same subject, and like I showed him this document, he was like, man, like I also got my extension, but this is like more about like this guideline, how you should finish it. If you don't finish it, what will happen, this and that. So in that time also, like I was like going through my university thing and every other thing. So I thought like, okay, if this document is like this, and also 4-page of like document, like then comes another document next, then comes another document next. How many documents I have to keep track? So there should be at least 1 or 2 documents when you speak to your friend and you get the gist, okay, this document about this, then you can be like relaxed for a while. But fortunately, like after probably 1 week, I looked into this document and I lost my all the positive thinking at that moment, when I saw, oh, okay, this document about this, it's not the same thing as my friend got. It's more about a warning letter that you should be deported. In my initial procedure, I wrote this like thing that they asked from me, this self-surrender thing, or like explain the situation. I made this document and I showed the exact same document to the lady from international office, and she looked into it, and based on this she spoke to the lady from foreign office. But this thing didn't work, and at that time like I only have like more than a week. What should I do at that moment other than hire a lawyer, even though like I don't have the, how do you say it, like I cannot afford it. Still I had to, because I have to pursue my master's here. That's why I'm here. So I don't know, like this is the situation now. Like now they are saying that I have to collect the visa next month. They are providing it for like 1 year. Then I have to, if I can show progress again in these 2 semesters, then they will extend again. But what has been done to me like during these 2.5 months, it can never be returned, because human trauma, and like when a person goes through trauma, it impacts everything of him. And in the meantime, I also remember like I had an exam, and 2-3 days back, like because of this kind of documentation thing, I also had something to do, and I was always wondering, oh yeah, I remember like in this like 9 days period, like when I saw it 9-10 days period, I also had an early exam. And if foreign office is expecting me that that student will sit in this exam and he will be doing the best result there, or like he will be giving his best effort. I don't believe it. I'm a human, I'm a student out of my own country. I'm here alone, I'm doing everything here alone. People get exhausted, people do get scared, because I cannot fight with all these things. And they cannot expect me that, okay, I give him or her this pressure and now study. I'm not a machine, I'm human. So I cannot cope up with all these things. I can just try. I can speak to people, I can talk to them. There should be a channel where a student can surrender to them, when a student can confess to them, where they can approach to us. Not like this way, that like we are not thugs or criminal. We came here with some process, we came here to study, we have our working limitations, we cannot do more than this. Then how come like we'll violate any other things? At least I don't have any other criminal offense also here. So I'm a like normal innocent student here who is studying. So this is the thing. Women from international office, she particularly mentioned about this higher education ministry 3 free semester thing. And the lady from foreign office, she was saying it like, that's how like she explained to me like from the international office, that they are not even aware of this rule, this 3 semester thing. And I was so surprised and shocked why this foreign office even exists. It's not for like German students or like German citizens. It's for like us foreigners, students, or like any other people, working people here, for us. So when it comes to a student, if any institute from this country should know it first, it's the foreign office itself, so that the student from their curriculum 3 semesters are not missing, so that they don't have to like wonder like where these 3 semesters are. And another thing is like the document that I showed to this international office lady, kind of like the same document that I made again for the final version, and I had to give my power of attorney to my lawyer. The funny thing is, he sent the same document to foreign office, and this document got accepted, whereas we were talking about this same document to send in foreign office when it was refused. No, we don't want to listen from you people. So he has to go through something. So the point is like, I don't know that lady, or like I don't have like anything against her, like there is nothing personal here. I was always wondering all these months, could she be a little bit more considerate? If she could also consider that like, if I do not accept these things, or like if I do not listen to the things that like this student is trying to tell me, of course he will go to a lawyer, but I am listening the same thing from the lawyer also. If I can extend it, then why I couldn't extend it before? I could just save some stress or like working hours for that student, because 540 euro, that means I also had to like work like 54 hours. So once you are claiming that you should study, you are the same person who took 54 hours of my study time. Isn't it contradictory also? You could save me from all these things and forget about all this stress and all this journey. But they couldn't be like more considerate. Yeah, thank you.
Unfortunately, both experiences are so disturbing, which are not acceptable in a state system where students are investing their time and money. The dropout rate for foreign students in Germany is around 41%. At the same time, German universities fall short of structure to address discrimination. These stories led to us vital concern that the state-run education system is creating different layers of discrimination amongst native, European, or international students. This means in the so-called self-proclaimed first world civilized country like Germany, the authority or the government failed to create an uncomplicated environment for students. If it is not a failure, then it is an intention to control them for the authoritarian profit.
Unrest
Radio.